Social media marketing for massive lead generation. Here are my top tips and proven strategies for generating more likes, comments, leads, and sales from your social media content. Everybody knows that if you want to start and grow your business, you absolutely should be posting on social media. From LinkedIn to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and more, utilizing social media in your business marketing strategy is a smart move to make. But not just because these platforms can grow your brand awareness and grow your reach, but because with literally billions of active daily users, social media is one of the best places to generate new leads, drive traffic to your website, and cash in on those conversions. But it is not just as simple as haphazardly throwing up a post every now and again, cramming your caption with hashtags, and then asking people to sign up for your email list or buy your products and services. If you want to use social media as the powerful lead generation tool that it is, then there are 5 key steps you need to follow to create more likes, comments, leads, and sales. Hey Posse, what's up? It's Alex. In this video, I'm going to share with you my personal strategy for turning likes and comments into leads and sales on social media. And big shout out to my subscriber RJ for the suggestion. I love hearing your guys' suggestions, so if you have any, drop them in the comments below. If you're new to the crew, welcome. Every single week, I put out a new video on topics from copywriting to marketing, freelancing mindset, and motivation so that you can learn my proven techniques, formulas, and strategies that are working today. Now, if that sounds good to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and don't forget to ring that bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Now, when it comes to lead generation on social media, the greatest effort actually needs to be put in before you ever post. Before you ever ask for an email, download, or sale, you got to get your audience primed, prepped, and ready to want what you are serving up. So steps 1 to 4 in this video will help you do just that. And then step number 5 will be the big one, generating those leads that you can then convert into customers. All right, so let's get started with step number 1. Use a 4-pillar posting approach. That was a lot of P's. So here is a hot tip. Do not try to get a lead or sale with every single post. Now, I know that might sound a bit obvious, but it is a mistake that I see a lot of people making on social media. If every post you make is asking people to buy something from you or sign up for your email list, you are definitely gonna drive away a lot of followers and massively hurt your engagement. Now, aside from the fact that people, us social media users, actually like to stay on social media and not really click around or go out to other links or sites, social media platforms really like their users to stay put, which means the algorithm doesn't favor posts that drive engagement away from the platform. By constantly including a CTA in your post to click a link in bio or visit a website, which by the way also means you're getting less likes and comments on the post itself, you're inadvertently hurting your reach because platforms like Instagram only continue to show your post to followers if people are actively engaging with it. Ugh, bummer, right? So a good rule of thumb is to give your followers exactly what they came for: inspiration, education, or entertainment. So I like to make sure my posts always follow what I call the 4 pillars of social media content: promotional, educational, personal, and engagement or relatability posts. In promotional posts, you're clearly promoting your product or service to your audience. In educational posts, you're delivering mad value in the form of free education or inspiration. In personal posts, you're building rapport with your audience, letting them know more about you, your personal story, your quirks, your likes, and all the things you might think are irrelevant to your business, but trust me, they are not. And then finally, engagement posts, which is your opportunity to connect with your audience, ask them questions, and uncover their needs, wants, and desires. Now, I break down these 4 pillars in a lot of detail, including examples and swipe copy for you to use in my free cheat sheet for writing click-worthy captions and CTAs. If you want to grab a copy of that so that you can write your own badass captions, grow your online brand, generate more leads, and land more clients, then make sure to stick around to the end of this video because I will be dropping a link to it here at the very end. Now, another good rule of thumb is to keep these posts on a consistent cycle. So if you post 4 days a week, you would post a different pillar each day, rinse and repeat. This way, your audience won't get tired of seeing the same promotional content over and over again. And here's another hot tip. Remember that you should be posting some of your most valuable content on social media. Yes, for free, especially if you're in the beginning stages of building your audience. You should be focused more on forming relationships, delivering value, building trust, and getting people really excited about following you. And this leads me to step number 2, plan and post consistently. So I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Posting regularly on social media is a lot of work. And when you don't see immediate results, which Let's be honest, you probably won't. It can be super discouraging to keep going. But trust me, keep going. Consistency builds trust. And remember, we buy from the people that we know, like, and trust. Period. Through your content, your audience will get to know your style and get familiar with the value you provide. Through your personal and engagement posts, they'll start to like you, and over time, that will turn into trust. And getting people to trust you is the hard part, but once you gain their trust, selling to them becomes really easy and they will want to buy from you. Posting consistently ensures you are always top of mind, so when someone needs something in your area of expertise, guess who they think of first? You. That's right. And also, it takes time and consistency for the dreaded, the algorithm to trust and reward you too. Or in other words, start showing your content to more and more people on the Explore page and expanding your reach. Now, what does it mean to be consistent? Well, that is entirely up to you. I usually post twice a day, 7 days a week, but hey, that is a lot of work, and there's no rule saying that you have to post that much. Some people post once a day, and some people only post 3 times a week. All of these posting methods work if it is done consistently. So the key takeaway here is this: decide how often you want to show up, create a plan, and stick to it. All right, now let's move on to step number 3, my favorite: don't post and ghost. It is not enough to just show up, throw up some posts, and call it a day. You absolutely have to engage with your audience. And this can be broken down into 3 major categories. First, you need to engage with people in your comments and DM. This means replying to questions in your comments and doing your absolute best to respond to every DM, tag, mention, and share. Trust me, this goes a long way in building a thriving community that actually sticks with you instead of just signing up for whatever free thing you're offering and then piecing out. Even something as simple as hearting a comment can really make an audience feel seen and included in your community. Now, the second way of engaging with your audience is by actually asking them questions and then addressing those questions with your content. So we do this all of the time on the Copy Posse Instagram page. Polls, questions, and quizzes are all great ways to build engagement, but they're also great ways to learn more about your audience and start having powerful conversations that can guide your messaging and marketing. In fact, this video came as a direct result of a recent poll I put out on my Copy Posse Instagram page, asking you guys which topic you wanted to learn more about. And as you can see, while this one didn't win, it was a pretty close call, so I decided to do both. You'll recognize that top topic from a video I did a couple weeks ago. Remember, if you're giving your audience what they actually want and ask for, then you'll know they'll stick around. All right, now the third and final way of engaging with your audience is probably going to be the hardest for most people, but be sure that you're showing up and showing your face on video. The head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, recently released a statement saying that Instagram is no longer primarily a photo sharing app and will be putting a huge focus on video in the near future. Now, this is huge not only for Instagram, but for every social media platform out there, because it shows that content is moving away from pictures and moving towards video. So what this means for you and your business is, I hate to say it, but you gotta start putting yourself out there and producing more video content. Now, you don't need to go all balls to the wall and make full-blown videos like this one, unless you want to, of course. Simply hopping on your stories every day, or posting reels, or going live every now and again on Instagram are all great ways to get your face in front of your audience, which not only builds engagement, but also favors the, you guessed it, the algorithm. It's a win-win. All right, now let's move on to step number 4. Follow the ABCs of copywriting. So yes, social media technically falls under the content category, which means a lot of content writing is involved. But when you're utilizing it to generate leads and then gain more conversions, which, let's be honest, that's why most businesses use social media, copywriting principles are essential. So this means you gotta write compelling hooks, make sure your captions flow and are easy to read, and pay attention to formatting. And of course, never ever skip a CTA. All right, so let's break this down a little bit more, because every caption should follow the ABCs of copywriting. First, you need to get their attention with a great graphic and a compelling hook or headline. Now on social media, your hook is the very first sentence of your caption. If your first sentence isn't captivating, then the reader won't tap that little more link and won't be able to see the rest of your amazing caption or your CTA. Second, your caption needs to provide a benefit or big value in the form of education, entertainment, or inspiration. So once you have your reader's attention and they click that little more link, you need to keep their attention. And this is done through great great storytelling or by providing content and wisdom and opening loops throughout your caption. Always make sure your caption delivers on the hook you opened with though. Nobody got time for clickbait captions. Now, number 3, your captions need to have a strong close. They need to give people one clear and concise call to action. Never, 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 never skip a CTA. Now, this one is so important for generating new leads that I made it its very own step, which brings us to step number 5, tell your readers what to do next. So what is the number 1 rule of copywriting? I'll tell you. If you want your audience to take action, you need to tell them exactly what you want them to do. So every CTA is an opportunity for lead generation, right? And no, that doesn't mean that every CTA should be go buy my product at the link in bio or go sign up for my email list. You can be really creative with your CTAs to increase engagement and have important conversations. So here's an example. At the end of a post explaining how to write better headlines, my CTA at the bottom might say something like, do you want to learn how to write better headlines? Comment yes or no below. Now, a really simple and effective way to gain leads on the CTA is by simply following up with every person that comments yes. So in this case, I have a free headline writing guide that I could send you. When they download the guide, they'll be added to my mailing list, and just like that, I've got a new lead that may turn into a future customer if they find value in what I'm providing for free. Now, another way of utilizing this backdoor lead generation strategy is using the CTA to ask an engaging question. So for example, in a post about starting your own copywriting business, my CTA might say, tell me what's holding you back from starting. Now, what's awesome about this is the comments will likely have a wide range of answers that you can directly reply to in the comments, or if you have a free resource, video, or course that addresses their problem directly, this is a great opportunity to DM them with a link to something that can help them solve their problem, and voila, lead generation. But please remember that when it comes to social media for lead generation, you should always be focused on helping first and foremost, not on selling and pitching your services. All right, guys, that's all I have for this week. As promised, you can grab your free gift, a copy of my cheat sheet for writing click-worthy captions and CTAs here in just a second, or just comment below and I'll send you the link directly. Until next week, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. All right, guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to check out the next one from me right here, and you can click right here to get a free gift. How do you write scroll-stopping Instagram captions? In this video, I'm going to share 6 copywriting tips with real-life examples that you can use to skyrocket your engagement. And be sure to watch to the end for my quick list of favorite social media tools.